Namaste. Today we will see the geological work of river. Okay, so in which we will see the different concept related to how rivers are formed, what are the reasons for the formation of rivers, then what is meant by river profile, and then what are the different sources of stream water, and finally we will see what are the factors which affect the geological work of river. Okay, so first of all, around 71% of area is covered by the water, which is in the form of lakes, seas, river and ocean. Okay, so basically the difference between seas and oceans are comparatively larger in size and depth, whereas in ocean the marine life is observed as lesser than the seas portion. Okay, then this water is considered as the most powerful agent for the geological changes on the earth's surface. Okay, now sources of stream waters are first is runoff. Runoff is the flowing water above the earth's surface, and it is considered as the biggest source, main primary source of streams and rivers. Second is subsurface water, the water which is absorbed by the soils and rock, and the permeable water below the ground level, which is called as the subsurface water. Okay, then aquifer, it is the water which is present above the impermeable layer of soil and rock. Okay, then glacier melt water basically this is the frozen water which is in the form of glacier, which covers the area which covers the around 10% of water on the earth. Okay, so these are the sources of stream water. Then we'll see the river profile. So basically the river had a tendency to flow towards sea direction from its origin to its final destination. Okay, so river have a longitudinal profile along its length. Okay, and the mountainous region where the river originates from, the river forms, this region is called as head region. Okay, so in this figure, in this 3D diagram, if you can see this mountainous region, basically glaciers glaciers part is there. So this region is called as head region. Why? Because rivers are forms here. It is the source point of the river, and the location where the rivers enter into the sea is called as mouth region. This is mouth region. Okay, so river travels from head region to mouth region. Okay, then we'll understand this 3D image into more simpler way. So in this 2D diagram, I have drawn the head region and mouth region. So at head region, the glaciers ice is melted with respect to the increment into the temperature. As the temperature increases, the ice converts into the water in liquid form, and as there is a slope, with the action of gravity, the water tries to flow in downward direction. So if you can see, this is a very small picture. If you can visualize this slope or on this side or real slope, the slope is very high, and along the length is very high length. Okay, so basically with respect to the higher gradient or higher slope, there is a very high velocity of water, and which results into the formation of scoring or erosion of the soil. Okay, so based on this erosion and the higher slope, there is a scoring formation. I have shown these 3 sections. So at one section, as the velocity of water is very high, the erosion can take place and scoring depth is higher, whereas at 2 and 3 location, the scoring depth is comparatively lower. So this represents the velocity is higher at one section compared to 2 and 3. So why these 2 and the velocity is lower at 2, 3 location? Because with respect to the passage of water, as the scoring happens and erosion takes place, the water tries to take the soil and rock particles and other debris along with the flow. And at one location, when the slope becomes stable, the particles are also traveling along with the water. Due to that, the flow of water gets stabilized. Okay, so this condition is called as maturity of river flow. Okay, and finally, at the end portion, the river ended up into the sea region. This region is called as mouth portion. Okay, so this diagram shows the geological profile of river. Okay. Now second thing, as the flow at nearer to the head region, the flow is higher. There is a formation of canals, large canals, which is basically due to the erosion and scoring of the earth surface, and the examples are gorge and canyons formations. Okay, so river profile we'll see river profile. Now the flow is much higher at head region, and it results into the cutting down the hardest rock, and which also results in formation of deep and narrow valleys. Examples are gorges and canyons. Okay, now at middle region, the flow become mature as it carries the certain loads, which includes certain rocks and soil particles and debris material also. Okay, then at some locations, when river changes its course or the direction of flow. Why? Because in the direction of flow there is the hardest material which cannot be eroded by the flow of river water. So in this condition, the river changes its course or the flow direction, and this changing of course or flow direction is called as meanders. Okay, this called as meanders. And scoring will take place where the material is very weak, which can be easily eroded by the water flow. Okay, so meanders are typical features of mature river. Okay, now geological work of river in this geological work of river, the modification of topography of the region, it takes place by the river flow from head to mouth portion. And the different factors affecting geological work of rivers are: first one is channels, it is the well defined path of river. Second one is velocity, it is the water travel distance per unit time within the channel portion, and it is varies from 10 cm per second to 1000 cm per second. Then gradient is the vertical form of stream with vertical fall of stream level with respect to the travel distance of water flow. Then discharge is the volume of water passes from the particular location at particular unit time. Okay. Then competence is the capacity of river to carry or transport the material with the flow direction. This is called as competence. Now flow type. So based on the laminar and turbulent flow, there will be the different degree of disturbance. Okay, so the factors affecting geological work of river is: first one is velocity, second one is gradient, third one is discharge, fourth one is competence, and fifth one is flow type. Okay, so this geological work of stream is divided into three phases. First one is erosion takes place. Erosion of the weak substance or weak material takes place, and this eroded particle get transported along with the flow direction, and this, as the flow get stabilized, the deposition takes place. Okay, so this geological work of stream is divided into three phases. First one is erosion, second one is transportation, and third one is deposition. Okay, so today we have seen how rivers forms, then what is meant by river profile, and then what are the sources of stream water, and then what are the factors which affect the geological work of river. Okay, thank you.